Tuesday, can Tony Hale handle summer's #1 news show?
Paddle. Ball. Oh, this is the day of shame.
New password next Tuesday on NBC.
Capital One College Bowl.
I'm pumped up.
All right, pace yourself, bro. Rival colleges competing for $1 million in scholarships. I'm your host, Quiz Show King.
No comment.
Capital One College Bowl, Fridays on NBC.
Later, Jimmy Fallon welcomes Hillary and Chelsea Clinton. NBC.
Sunshine for some, showers for others. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll walk you through the hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of the week.
Plus, the local effort underway to ban smoking in the county, the message the group behind the movement has for people. But first, breaking news, new details on the kinds of documents and paperwork seized during the search of former President Trump's Florida home.
Tracking breaking news right now. This is Local 6 at 10.
And we do start tonight with breaking news. The Washington Post is reporting that some of the documents seized in the Mar-a-Lago search are materials on a foreign nation's nuclear capabilities. Experts say this underscores concerns among U.S. intelligence officials about classified material illegally stashed in former President Trump's Florida property. Material the federal government worked for over a year to retrieve before a judge signed off on a legal search of the property for the documents. The material also included details of U.S. programs so secret the senior-most national security officials did not even know they existed. A federal judge Monday granted Trump's request for a special master to review evidence seized from his home last month. And we have more breaking news tonight, again from the Washington Post. A grand jury in New York has indicted former Trump advisor Steve Bannon. The Post reports that he'll surrender to state prosecutors on Thursday as part of a new criminal indictment. It's not clear what for exactly. This comes 2 weeks after he was convicted of contempt of Congress. Other news now, a New Mexico judge ordered the co-founder of Cowboys for Trump removed from public office over his presence at the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th riot. Otero County Commissioner Coy Griffin has been removed from his elected position effective immediately and banned him from seeking further public office. The 14th Amendment's clause was cited, barring those who have taken oaths to uphold the Constitution from holding federal or state office if they have engaged in insurrection or rebellion. Griffin, who has made false claims of mass voter fraud in the 2020 election, was convicted of a misdemeanor for entering the Capitol grounds without going inside. And a January 6th rioter who was turned in by his ex-girlfriend was sentenced to 9 months in federal prison today. He called her a, quote, moron via text because she did not believe former President Trump's lies about the 2020 election. Richard Michetti from Pennsylvania pleaded guilty to a felony count of obstruction of an official proceeding in May. Michetti admitted he went inside the Capitol, yelled things at police officers, and pinched the sleeve of one officer. He has been sentenced to 2 years of supervised release after his 9 months in federal prison. Popular e-cigarette maker Juul will pay nearly $440 million to dozens of states in a settlement. The announcement comes after a 2-year probe into the company marketing and sales practices. It found Juul deliberately marked its products to young people, even though e-cigarette sales to underage people are illegal. Juul's marketing efforts included free samples, social media campaigns, launch parties, and using young-looking models in its ad campaigns. The fruity flavors were popular among teens and kids. The current settlement will limit Juul's sales and marketing abilities. In June, the FDA ordered Juul to stop selling its products, but a court blocked the FDA ban, so the products are still for sale in the United States. Both Kentucky and Tennessee are among the 34 states which will be paid over a period of 6 to 10 years from the Juul settlement. which totals $438.5 million. A local campaign is working to create a smoke-free policy in McCracken County. Local 6's Jack Kane joins us now. So Jack, who's putting the campaign together?
Todd, Breathe Free MC is being organized by the McCracken County Agency for Substance Abuse Policy. Ultimately, they want to help people who could be impacted by secondhand smoke, like those with asthma. If you go around Paducah parks, you've probably seen one of these signs. Well, that's because the city of Paducah has a smoke-free ordinance in place. It means you can't smoke in enclosed areas and workplaces on top of outdoor city areas. McCracken County ASAP is working to have a similar ordinance put in place for the county, too. They work with the McCracken County High School FCCLA to create this commercial.
A countywide ordinance will establish 100% smoke-free public places and workplaces in McCracken County, including e-cigarettes and hookah.
Everyone has the right to breathe clean, smoke-free air while at work.
And while visiting public places like restaurants and bars.
I want
to live and work in a county where smoke-free is the norm.
The campaign says it's not about the smokers, but the smoke itself, with their focus on people in West Kentucky being harmed by the toxins from secondhand smoke. ASAP has additional campaigns in Fulton and Hickman counties. To find the survey for creating a smoke-free community in McCracken County, go to WPSDLocal6.com and look for the story. Todd.
Jack, thanks. According to the smoke-free Hickman County website, there are currently 39 communities in Kentucky with smoke-free laws. In our area, they are Paducah and Murray.
Now, your Weather Authority first forecast.
All right, the showers are now over with that we had out there on the radars this afternoon and early this evening. Here's a look right now. The loop over the last 2 hours, you notice much of the radar action is now over with. 66 the low tonight, Paducah, 68 Mayfield, 68 Union City. Mostly cloudy, just a very small chance of a shower overnight, but I really would be shocked if there's much more that forms. Mid-60s as well, Illinois and Missouri. All right, tomorrow a blend of sun and clouds. Through the day, I'll carry a 10% chance of a shower. Highs in the mid to upper 80s. A slight northeast breeze. Humidity tomorrow, it'll still be humid, but notice Thursday into the green. It'll feel comfortable. Enjoy it because it's short-lived. We'll be back to humid and very humid weather once we get to Saturday of the weekend. We'll talk more about the weekend forecast coming up.
Today, Memphis police confirmed that the body found last night was Eliza Fletcher, a school teacher abducted over the weekend while out on an early morning jog. Police filed 2 more charges against the man in custody in connection to the kidnapping and murder. Cleotha Apston now faces charges of first-degree murder and first-degree murder in preparation of kidnapping. He was in court today on kidnapping charges when the additional charges were announced. Apston was charged for a separate kidnapping over 20 years ago, but police say Fletcher's kidnapping was an isolated incident. He's set to be arraigned sometime tomorrow. A manhunt's underway for one of 2 brothers suspected in a mass stabbing that left 10 dead and 18 injured across multiple locations in Canada. Investigators said there were reports that suspect Miles Sanderson may have been spotted at James Smith Cree Nation today. Further investigation found he's not in the community. Police advised those in the area to seek shelter and not to approach him.
I want to say that we're still monitoring the situation in Saskatchewan. It's important that everyone continue to follow the instructions from local authorities. The federal government is working closely with the community leadership and with the province. We need to make sure that everyone stays safe, that we resolve this as quickly as possible.
Yesterday morning, the other suspect, Damian Sanderson, was found dead on the James Smith Cree Nation in a heavily grassed area near a house. His injuries were not believed to be self-inflicted. The exact cause of death has not been determined. The Texas Department of Public Safety is asking for an independent review of some of its officers who responded to the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde. 19 children and 2 teachers died. That response has been heavily criticized because officers waited more than an hour to overtake the shooter. State Senator Roland Gutierrez says he's aware of 5 officers that have been referred to the State Inspector General's office for review. Uvalde School District Police Chief Pete Arredondo was fired for his lack of leadership. But he said he doesn't believe he was the commanding officer that day. But an independent review determined that he was in charge. In the UK, we got a rare glimpse of Queen Elizabeth as she appointed Elizabeth Truss to be the new Prime Minister. It's the Queen's first appearance in over a month. Truss will be the 15th Prime Minister for the Queen and the UK's third female leader. Truss traveled 500 miles to Balmoral Castle to see the Queen because of the Queen's mobility issues. That hasn't happened for 140 years. Truss replaces Boris Johnson, ending his scandal-ridden tenure. Truss faces problems such as inflation, strikes, and a recession, all while promising tax cuts. A woman was arrested today outside of the home of Kentucky basketball coach John Calipari. University of Kentucky police and Lexington police were called to Coach Cal's home this morning after a report this woman trying to gain entry into his property. She was identified as Emily Williams. Now, Williams was taken into custody and charged with trespassing and 6 counts of theft by deception. Police say she had stolen credit cards from all around the country. Former University of Kentucky football coach Guy Morris has passed away at the age of 71. He'd been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2017. Morris came to Lexington to be the offensive line coach for Hal Mumme at UK in 1997. After a recruiting scandal forced the resignation of Mumme, Morris was named the interim coach.
When everything went down with Hal Mumme, myself and Derek Smith, and there was one other guy, I think we went to talk to Larry Abbey, had a private meeting with him. We said, man, you know, if we have a saying that we want Guy Morris to be our coach, just because of the respect we have for Guy.
Morris left Kentucky for his home state of Texas, where he led Baylor for 5 seasons before finishing up as head coach at Texas A&M Commerce. And he returned to Lexington with his wife and helped coach at Lexington Christian Academy before stepping away from football. A Missouri man who had been charged with murder in McCracken County was denied a motion to amend his bond at his hearing today. The McCracken County Sheriff's Office says Jared King intentionally caused a crash on Interstate 24 that claimed a woman's life. On April 28th, near the 13th mile marker of I-24 in McCracken, a pickup truck crashed into a semi-trailer. The Sheriff's Office believes King intentionally drove into the trailer's path. The woman in the passenger seat of the pickup, 51-year-old Tammy King of Missouri, was critically injured and died the next morning. Jared King was seriously injured. A heat wave out west, gearing up to be one of the hottest on record. Temperatures in some areas predicted to be around 120 degrees. And a warning for a heightened risk for ransomware attacks on schools this upcoming year.
And we will talk more about that historic heat wave in the western United States and when some cooler weather will be moving into our neck of the woods. It's coming up next in your full forecast.
With the recent news of President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, there are already many fake student loan relief scams that have emerged trying to take advantage of you. Tomorrow morning at 6:40, what to watch for with student loan scams. Join us on Local 6 today.
3 incredible free nights of legendary musical entertainment come your way September 8th through 10th in downtown McLeansboro. Thursday, September 8th, enjoy Tim Atwood and the Isaacs. Friday, September 9th, enjoy James Carruthers, More and More. Then settle in for country music legends, Janie Freaky and Mo Bandy. Saturday, September 10th, America's favorite cowboys, Riders in the Sky, followed by Diamond Rio. The McLeansboro Fall Festival, September 8th through 10th.
When you're ready, we're here to help rebuild your dream.
Are you thinking about cremation? You probably have a lot of questions. Can there be a service? Can I have a viewing? Can I pre-plan? What about costs? Call the Cremation Society of Paducah for answers. We have several options available. Cremation with memorial service as low as $19.95. If you're considering cremation service, give us a call. You'll be glad you did. The Cremation Society of Paducah.
Your career starts now at Tyson Foods in Union City.
If you need the money, the hours are there. They allow you the extra time. I mean, why not? You can be a supervisor in no time if that's what you choose to do, or you can stay and just make your money and get paid on Thursday and smile and go home.
Tyson has afforded me a nice living, you know, to have a nice home. I've been here for 19 years. And it's been a very, very rewarding experience.
Tyson Foods is an equal opportunity employer. Vets disability.
I'm a clock worker. I had crippling pain from my hips down to my toes.
I'm a craftsman, and I could barely walk.
I'm Ozzie Smith, and I'm a champion. IMAC keeps me young and active without opioids or surgery. Don't let pain change who you are. If you're hurting, call IMAC today.
One more. Do you want to do one more?
What are we doing over here? Ooh, a little fall photo sesh, I see. Hey, I know. Everybody say, new DQ Fall Blizzard menu. Featuring pumpkin pie, new cinnamon roll centers, new Reese's Take 5, new Snickers brownie, and more. That one is hilarious. You know, because of the hay. DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
St. Jude is love. Everybody is here for this one purpose, and it's to cure these kids. It means that I got more time with my daughter. I love this place. They changed my life.
Sky Tracker, brought to you by Oaks Law Firm, personal injury and family law professionals.
All right, extreme heat has been impacting the western United States for days now and has shattered both records and power grid capacities. Meteorologist Noah Berggren joins us now. So Noah, how hot was it out there today?
Get a load of this, Todd. This is the temperature map across California. 116 today in Sacramento. That is now the hottest day in known history in Sacramento, California. 115 today in Napa, 113 Livermore, 115 in Bakersfield, California. Only, in quotes, 86 today in downtown LA, 102 in Daggett, 86 in San Diego, 113 in Bullhead City, a sizzling 110 in Las Vegas today, 104 in Page, 103 in Moab. By the way, not on this map, Salt Lake City has now set for the fifth straight day the hottest day on record. 5 days ago, it broke the old record. 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and then today broke the record again for the hottest day ever in San Diego. And this heat is something that is stretching really far beyond just California. I showed you, just told you 105 in Salt Lake, but there's been extreme heat in the west, far outside California now for quite a long time. This relates to climate change in the following ways. Remember what I've told you about climate change without turning this into a lecture about science and climate. Remember my opinion on climate. It's always been changing. It's a fact. We're making this current period of change, we, I say as in humans, worse. We've put our foot on the accelerator, making the climate change worse. And the way to think about this in a basic way is we're widening the goalposts. And I want you to look at this chart. In the quote-unquote past climate, this is a bell curve, and you see the average temps, extreme cold and extreme hot. What we are doing is widening the goalposts of weather as the climate's changing, except one end of it is getting further away. So think like in a football game, if you moved one end of the goalpost over, and what's happening is that we are shifting towards more occurrences of extreme heat, which is what happened today in parts of California. There's temperatures that have been broken by not just a degree or two, but by 5, 10, 15, 20 degrees. And it's not going to change anytime soon because the science is pretty clear that we are in a very accelerated and rapid rate of warming in the years and decades to come across really the entire globe. But back to our forecast here locally. A couple of things I want to talk about tonight. First, in terms of the tropics, which are finally starting to heat back up again. This is Tropical Storm Earl, which will become the first major hurricane of the season later this week. It'll pass safely east of the coast here, the United States, but it will brush Bermuda. St. George is right here. You see a Category 3 storm brushing Bermuda. But again, thankfully, things are quiet for the time being across the tropical Atlantic, closer to the U.S. Fiona, Gaston, and Hermine, the next names up for the Atlantic hurricane season. And by the way, we have plenty of real estate to go in terms of the number of named storms. Today, we are not quite to the peak. The peak of hurricane season is probably about the second week of September, which you can see going out through November and December. There's plenty of time left for tropical activity. Sorry, I clicked the graphics out of order. There we go. Now let's go through your forecast in terms of the next couple of days. So focus on this area of high pressure in Canada. That's going to give us a beautiful day for Thursday. Not quite tomorrow, but Thursday. So tomorrow we'll be left with a few clouds, a slight northeast breeze, maybe a shower, but that'll be about it. So here we go through Wednesday night and Thursday. This ridge of high pressure moves right over the lower Ohio Valley, or in other words, the local 6 region. Lots of sun, deep blue sky. And by the way, on either side of me, if you look, don't do this commonly on TV. I'm sure there's a TV consultant somewhere that's shaking their head right now. You got a major hurricane here, and another major hurricane here. This one's Hurricane K in the eastern Pacific, and now I confused myself. This one over here is Major Hurricane Earl, which we just talked about, but thankfully neither of those two will impact either coastline of the United States. So high pressure over us for Thursday, but as we head into Friday and the weekend, notice this gathering of clouds and showers in the deep south. That's going to stream northward, and that will be right over us Saturday and Sunday in the local 6 area. So tomorrow, more sun than in recent days, a 10% chance of a lingering shower, 86. 86 on Thursday. The nicest day of the week is the humidity will be lower. 60 Thursday night, 87 on Friday. Football games look good Friday evening. Now Saturday and Sunday, the highs will be near 80. Expect a good deal of clouds, and shower and storm chances will not be limited to just the afternoon. I think there's a chance of rain at any point from Saturday morning through Sunday night. So you're going to have to dodge rain if you have plans to be outdoors. 79 next Monday, and check out Monday night next week, 55 degrees. Heading into next Tuesday morning.
Providence, Rhode Island is dealing with day 2 of soaking rain. As a result, many areas are flooded today. A zoo's closed because of flooded areas and debris and mud that will take most of the day to clean up. The animals are safe. Some people may not be getting their mail delivered. Mail trucks won't be going anywhere. And the first high school football game of the season at a local school there was canceled due to the field being flooded and covered in mud. And in California, the Fairview fire has quickly grown to 4,500 acres as of this afternoon. The blaze is currently 5% contained. There have been 2 deaths so far, both people trying to flee the fire. One person has been taken to a hospital with serious burns. 7 buildings have been destroyed. 5,000 others are at risk of damage and destruction. 1,500 homes have been evacuated. The fire erupted earlier this afternoon. Ahead, the CDC has approved of more COVID boosters. How soon we can expect to see those boosters, as well as some local COVID numbers coming up. And federal officials are warning school districts that the potential for ransomware attacks is increasing. That's next.
BB's Trailer Sales has the perfect trailer for you. Everything from dump, enclosed, utility, and more. We've got financing options and rent to own with no credit check or credit needed. BB's Trailer Sales. We make it worth the drive every time.
Many things can cause a hearing problem, some of them serious. That's why it's important to see a professional when you purchase a hearing aid. At Stone Lang, we can examine and test your ears, select and fit appropriate hearing instruments, then provide the counseling and service necessary to make your hearing investment a success. And at Stone Lang, you'll be amazed how affordable good hearing can be. Call Stone Lang today and schedule your hearing test. Offices in Paducah, Murray, and Fulton.
Hi, I'm Kirk, owner of our local Stanley Steamer. Stanley Steamer is the only company that creates and manufactures its own cleaning equipment. We're certified in carpet cleaning, hardwood cleaning, and tile and grout cleaning. We also clean upholstery and air ducts. We believe your home is your castle, and we're going to treat it that way. Our technicians move the furniture out from the wall, move it back, put things under the legs of it so it doesn't hurt your carpet or your upholstery. That's the Stanley Steamer way. Because at Stanley Steamer, we're here for you.
Long ago, Robert Chambers established his roofing business by providing area residents the best quality products available, installed with superior workmanship. That's the way it's been for the better part of 8 decades. Grandsons Mark and Joe have continued that tradition of excellence, offering 20-year commercial guarantees, top quality coatings, and lifetime warranties on shingles, gutters, and gutter guards. You don't stay in business nearly 80 years without doing something right. Call Chambers Roofing today for your roof inspection and no-charge estimate.
It's always interesting to hear people say they don't know if they should call us or not, like what they're dealing with. Does it really warrant calling someone? And we're like, yes, call us. We can help you for a variety of reasons, whether it's ADHD, anxiety, depression, relationship issues. We have clients as young as 3 and as old as 80. Everybody has the ability to make tomorrow better. We can help you. We believe your best days are ahead.
Hey,
folks, I'm Chip Wynn with Chip Wynn Motors Classic Car Division. And guess what? We're going to do it again. Classic Car Show is coming to the Big Boy Toy Expo down at the Convention Center September 17th from 10 to 2. Classic cars, hot rods, rat rods, muscle cars, you name it, and we're going to have it.
Best in Show receives $500. Register online by 5 p.m. Friday, September 9th at Local 6, BigBoyToyExpo.com.
I'm counting on seeing you there. Come on down.
BB's Trailer Sales has the perfect trailer for you. Everything from dump, enclosed, utility, and more. We've got financing options and rent-to-own with no credit check or credit needed. BB's Trailer Sales. We make it worth the drive every time.
You're watching WPSD Local 6.
Today, federal authorities issued a warning about possible cybersecurity and ransomware threats directed towards schools. Meanwhile, Los Angeles school officials reported this afternoon that it successfully blocked a ransomware attack on its system over the holiday weekend.
We were able, by shutting down all of the systems, we were able to stop the propagation of this event and restricting its potential damage.
The superintendent praised the school system's readiness and quick action to involve law enforcement to combat the attack, saying no personal information appears to have been assessed. Criminal hackers have recently targeted U.S. school districts and will likely continue to escalate their attacks this year. That's according to federal agents. The Japanese yen dropped to 141 against the U.S. dollar today, hitting a new low for the year. The yen temporarily fell to 141, then further to the 142 yen zone, making it the lowest level since 1998. The move comes following the Australian Central Bank's announcement to raise interest rates. Widening rate differences between Japan and other countries, including Australia and the United States, have fueled the yen's depreciation. Market sources said that there are no factors that can stop the yen from weakening thus far. And the CDC has authorized another round of COVID booster shots, this time for people ages 12 and up, for those who have the Pfizer vaccine, and 18 and up for those who have the Moderna vaccine. The shots will help combat the contagious Omicron variants, but some local health leaders are unsure when the vaccines will be available. According to officials, boosters will become available within a week and a month. Strawberry Hills Pharmacy says it'll take about a month. Davis Drug says it may take between 1 week to 1 month. And the Purchase District Health Department says they expect the booster sometime this week. And remember, you can mix and match the boosters, and you have to wait 60 days or 2 months to get a booster. Taking a look at some of the COVID numbers in Kentucky, COVID community levels have fallen in Kentucky. Most of West Kentucky was in the red this time last week, but Carlisle County is the only county in our area at high risk. The rest of our counties are at medium risk, except for Fulton County, the only local county at low risk. And as a reminder, since we are in the yellow, indicating medium levels of disease transmission, the CDC recommends you wear a mask in indoor settings and stay up to date on vaccinations.
The Kentucky Wildcats are set for their huge showdown with Florida this weekend. How Mark Stoops' perception of this game has changed in recent years. But first, Marshall County and Murray met on the soccer field tonight with second place in the first region up for grabs. Highlights from that game and much more next. You're watching WPSD Local 610.
Welcome to the Tonight Show. Let me show you how it's done. I don't want to be a Lego.
It's time to remodel your bathroom, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
If we learn nothing else from this tragedy, we learn that life is short and there is no time for hate.
The Labor Day sale has now begun at Furniture World Galleries. Save up to $1,000 off U.S. Black mattresses and adjustable bases. Sleep cooler on our Serta Arctic mattress, one of the coolest mattresses we now carry. Up to $1,000 off iComfort by Serta or our new Serta Arctic mattresses and adjustable bases. Free sheets, pillows, mattress pad protector, and free delivery, or ask about our 60 months interest-free financing. So come on in to Furniture World Galleries next to Tuesday Morning here in Paducah.
I came to Success Vision with doubts. Glasses in an hour? How good could they be?
The eye doctor next door, they take walk-ins, and my eye exam was
I'm
great.
still smiling about the pair of glasses that I got. The prescription is exactly right.
2 pair of no-line bifocals for $79, and they were ready in a few hours.
A great pair of glasses that are really light on my face. I'm one happy customer. Thank you, Success Vision.
2 pair for $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
If you're considering the healthcare field but have no experience, Mercy Health Lords has positions available that include on-the-job training. Saturday, September 10th, Mercy Health Lords Hospital is hosting a hiring open house. Bring your resume and references for on-the-spot interviews. Learn about tuition-free education and register to win a raffle prize, even gas cards. Scan the QR code on screen now to pre-register. Mercy Health, an organization that stands by its values and values you.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $500 off your tub to shower conversion.
Well, we are now at the halfway point of the high school soccer season here in Kentucky, and we now have a clear picture of which teams will challenge for the first region championship and a trip to the state tournament. For Murray and Marshall County, they are very much in the middle of that battle tonight. The boys would meet the second time this season. The Tigers taking the first game 2 weeks ago. 88 minutes into the first half, Marshall with the corner kick. Jericho Evans off the head of Logan Parker. That's a goal for Marshall County as they go up 1-0. Later in the half, still a 1-0 Marshall's lead. Murray with a set hit right off the top. Max Ross off the crossbar. Tigers try to clean it up, but it's over the net. Marshall survives as they stay out front 1-0. 13 minutes left of the first half. Same score. Isaac Reynolds, the cross, the header from Braden Burnham into the corner of the net. It goes. Marshall extends their lead to 2-0. They would go on to win 4-0. For nearly 4 decades now, the Florida Gators were always that 10,000-pound gorilla hanging over the head of the Kentucky Wildcats. But in 2018, with their win in the Swamp, the Wildcats ended all of that, and last year pulled off their first win over Florida in Lexington since 1986. Well, this Saturday, the 20th-ranked Wildcats will look to make it 2 in a row for the Gators, something they haven't done since the mid-1970s. But just like everyone else surrounding the Wildcats football program, a lot of narratives have changed. One of those being the significance put on beating Florida. Well, now Florida is a game they do want to win, but only because it's the next game on the schedule.
I acknowledge sometimes over the years when certain things come in here and the way things play out, and it's a big game, yeah. You know, but this is the next one. You know, we're going to have quite a few big games, and we always embrace that. You better, you better embrace the challenges that are in front of you, and this is certainly one of them, but that you have to look at it, it's fun.
Kickoff is set for Saturday night in the Swamp. Earlier today, it was announced that former Kentucky head football coach Guy Morris passed away following a lengthy battle with Alzheimer's. Morris spent 2 seasons coaching the Wildcats in 2001 and 2002, and it was the 2002 season when the Wildcats won 7 games, upsetting a highly ranked Louisville team. He was 71. The UT Martin Skyhawks moved up to 14th in this year's FCS coaches polls. The Skyhawks coming off a win this past Thursday night over Western Illinois. Next up, they'll travel to Springfield, Missouri to face Missouri State, who's now 7th in the rankings. Major League Baseball tonight, the Cardinals playing host to the Washington Nationals. Cardinals trying to bounce back after being shut out for just the second time since the All-Star break. Bottom of 4th, 1-0 Nationals. Brendan Donovan at the plate sends a shot to deep right center field. That one just clearing the wall. That's a solo shot. The Cardinals tied the game at 1. They would not be done in the inning. Now 2-1 St. Louis with one on. Nolan Gorman comes up with a hit to deep right field. That one off the top of the wall. 1 run scores off the double. St. Louis goes up 3-1. Gorman's night was just getting started. He added a solo home run in the 7th inning as the Cardinals go on to win 4-1 the final.
All right, Adam, thank you, sir. Final forecast.
Back to some more sunshine for tomorrow, which is nice. 86, still a small chance of a shower any point tomorrow. Thursday and Friday are dry. We're in the mid-80s, lower humidity. If you have weekend plans outdoors, you're going to have to dodge rain. Anytime from about Friday around 11 p.m. through Sunday night is fair game. Nothing severe, but cooler with some showers for the weekend.
All right, Noah, thank you. Thank you for watching Local 6 at 10.
The selections and styles are better than ever at BB's Furniture Mattress Gallery. And with our everyday low prices, you can get the dining room of your dreams and so much more. Financing is always available. BB's, we make it worth the drive every time.
The difference I see at Southgate, whether it's a senior living or Southgate Nursing and Rehab, is they go beyond the physical safety of every resident. They truly care about the spiritual needs, and they make an atmosphere to where it's just very conducive to love, actually, and to care. Just to be able to walk into a place to where you know people are being cared for. It's a place where I feel at home, it's friendly, it's warm and cozy. And so when I go in there, I feel part of the family.
Some spend hours at a big home improvement store and get nowhere. But if you're looking for the kitchen of your dreams, look no further than Tuck's in Martin, Tennessee, where you can save up to 30% off what you'd find in a big box store. We've got an amazing selection of in-stock styles and an expert team ready to assist with free design services. And if you can't find that perfect piece, we can always special order. That's only at Tuck's in Martin, Tennessee. Quality products at discount prices. Come see us today.
The selections and styles are better than ever at BB's Furniture and Mattress Gallery. And with our everyday low prices, you can get the living room of your dreams and so much more. Financing is always available. BB's, we make it worth the drive every time.
Hey guys, admission is free to this year's Big Boy Toy Expo.